I gotta say, the interior of this thing looks really, really sharp. And the seats inside of this thing, comfortable. This is nice. Two-way adjustable headrest. Yeah, so we can go up with the headrest. Can't go forwards or backwards with it. But still, the two-way adjustable is still pretty solid. And there are a few different types of seats that you're going to find inside of the Wrangler. So it's either going to be a cloth seat or this leather seat available as an option. And then when you get into the Rubicon 392, it's got a new red seat for the 2024 model year, which looks pretty sharp. Steering wheel inside of this thing is really nice. I love the little orange highlight stitching that you're going to find all the way throughout the wheel. But this is great. Pad along the left-hand side is going to be the directional pad in order to move you through the little cluster screen, answer or hang up on a phone call with a voice command prompt. And then this is the control for the adaptive cruise control system. Very straightforward. But if you want to walk through and how to use the buttons, the cluster screen, or navigate through the new media screen, you'll find it down in the description of this video. Nice overall. Heated steering wheel is available as an option, along with heated first row seats, just depending on which model of the vehicle that you're in. This is good. Like it, 2 different cluster screens that are available, so it's either going to be a 3.5 inch or you've got a 7 inch available there instead. This is good. I like it. Nice highlights around the vent. But I gotta say, I love the new media screen inside of this thing. There are technically 2 different options available, so it's the same 12.3 inch, but it's either one of them without factory navigation or one of them with factory navigation. But I mean, the screen itself is nice. Basic home screen there. You've got the flexibility of being able to adjust this thing out and kind of customize it a bit. You can turn on heated first row seats and adjust your vent control on top of that. So many different options that are available. Comfort settings for heated steering wheel, turn on your seats. Do you want to go into windshield face feet? Factory navigation inside of this thing is nice. It's one thing I like about Uconnect 5 is how responsive the factory nav is. It's amazing. You can easily add in phones. So it's both wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay inside of this model, which is great. And one amazing thing, so you've got a series of different options that are available here. Off-road pages is now standard inside of the Jeep on top of that. So you can see what's going on with your driving dynamics, your gauges. So rather than looking through some cluster screen ones, you can bring this up to see everything that's going on. Front-facing camera is available there. So if you're taking this thing off-road, you can see what's going on in front of you, or you can see what's going on behind you there instead. I mean, obviously, if you didn't have the front-facing camera, that just wouldn't be available there as an option. And then a series of different options that are available. So different things for media, so AM, FM, Sirius XM. If you had a USB stick with MP3s, that would be available as an option. But one amazing thing is there are so many different other media options available. So like your old school 3.5mm jack, a few USB ports there too. This screen, really, really great job on Jeep's part to do this. It's great. You are going to be push button start across the entire vehicle lineup. Got a volume rocker, all of your basic climate control settings. So you've got your base settings there, or you can kind of push as you go through this way instead. So you've got a few different ways you can adjust it. It's either these hot buttons or right through the screen instead. Just what's going on with your fan speed. Do you want air conditioning going, heated seats? You can mute out. Auto start stop is the one that's potentially going to kill power to the engine if you're stopped for an extended period of time. Turn your traction control system on or off. The beeping that you get as you back up, if you've got the reverse sensing system that drives you nuts, you could toggle it off. And then on top of that, you've also got your descent control there as well. You can turn your screen off. So as bright, as beautiful as it is, if you find it's too distracting, toggle it off, push to bring it back to life again. Moving down to the 12-volt power point, all of your window controls. You've got the option of killing power to the windows. I mentioned media, so a few different options. So the auxiliary versus USB-C, USB Type-A. But I got to do a quick audio test because inside of the Wrangler, you're going to find 8 speaker standard, I should say. But there's the option for a 9-speaker premium Alpine sound system instead. And that Alpine sound system, you got to listen to it. It's just like a complete night and day difference, one over the other. It is really good. Sources, let's go USB. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to have I haven't done anything. I haven't tweaked any settings. This is right from the speaker itself.
Grow hard about what you want to be. Step 4. Everybody just do your thing. Wake up. Today's going to be a good day. Wake up. Today's going to be a good day.
Okay, so that's at half volume. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to tweak out the bass and the treble. So I'm going to go bass up 4, treble, let's go down 2, and let's give that another try again. Okay, hold on. I'm going to start it a little bit lower because it's going to be car shaking now.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good
You can like hear the car shaking as they go. It's amazing. And honestly, I didn't even get up to half volume on that one. That was up to 17. And I mean, the audio inside of this thing is really, really good inside of the upgraded Alpine. The regular V8 speaker is good, but the Alpine is just, you've got the subwoofer in the back. It's just pumping bass. It just sounds so damn good. I like it. I think they did a fantastic job, and I love that you can use USB audio inside of this thing, but like the 3.5mm jack even, I think that's a really, really cool option. And then there are a series of different aux switches that are available as well. And then, like, obviously, big benefit to the aux switches is that if you're wiring things up, so whether it's a dash cam or lights and things like that, you've got a few options available right from the factory. And I mean, it's built in so nicely. From here, you've got 2 individual shifters. So your main shifter with a nice little Jeep logo on it, that's going to be for your park, reverse, neutral, drive, or drop it over to go into manual mode. Very straightforward. And then your other one to go between 2 high, 4 high, neutral, or 4 low. You've got your park and brake on top of that. This, use it as just like a little phone holder, which is kind of useful. Off to the side, a few cup holders. And then this, your little armrest there, you've got a few different options. So you've got it lockable, but then you lift it up to your first tray. You've got a second tray that you can lift up, and it's going to show you a little bit of storage space inside of that, along with an additional USB power point. Useful. But as you shift up overhead, there's the auto-dimming rearview mirror available as an option. Your control for your sunroof, which, I mean, let's do this. We have to. One touch Skyroof. Beautiful. Look at this. It keeps on going. Beautiful. So single button press literally opens it up the full way, which is amazing. Passenger airbag, assist, or SOS mode. Inside of the visor there, you can see you've got a garage door system. So if you've got a garage door opener at home, you can program it in. Little business card holder on the outside and on the inside. And then vanity mirror with lights built in. With this thing extending out, blocking most of the sun. Hold on, I'm going to set the seat up. I guess I should do that. Okay, there we go. So seat as far down and back as it's going to go. What's that? 5.5, 6 inches of headspace there. Pretty solid amount of space, which is great, but hold on, I got to do this. So the way that I would typically drive, there we go, like this. There's like a teeny little bit of sun that might hit my face, but I mean, obviously, if you've got the top open, it's not going to matter regardless. But with the seat set up this way, second row, I've got a great amount of knee space, great amount of foot space, and up overhead with me sitting fully upright. Same thing as I saw on the front, like 5-ish, almost 6 inches of headspace there. So taller people, you are not going to have an issue fitting into the second row of the Wrangler whatsoever. Now the seats in the Wrangler, though, are fully locked in place. So you can't recline them, you can't slide them forwards and backwards. It is what it is back here. But what it is still pretty dang nice. Now with me, like I've got slightly wider shoulders, but you could fit 3 adults back here. It's just that if they're a little bit bigger, it's going to be a little bit tight. But if you've got kids, anchor points and tether points are there on top of that, which is great. And like there's not really much like feature-wise back here. You've got a few speakers up overhead, a few cup holders back here too. So you've got, 2 cup holders, which is kind of nice. A little light right along the very back and the top there as well. There are some pockets though. So that same kind of like mesh pocket is along the passenger side door. And you're going to find that behind the first row seat on the driver and on the passenger side too, which is kind of nice. And then outside of that, just behind the armrest in the first row, there are a few controls for your basic vent. So there's no actual control for how cold it is back here. So it's whatever the driver's side set to. But you've got your 2 individual vents back here. You've got controls for the side window, or for the side windows, for the second row windows back here. And then a boatload of USB power points. So there are 2 more USB Type-C and 2 USB Type-A back here. And then there's also a 150 watt wall plug. So your regular outlet, which as I mentioned, 150 watts. You can plug in a boatload of stuff back here. Like, it's actually kind of crazy because you've got 4 USB power points back here, 2 in the front, and then 1 in the armrest. It's pretty impressive. But like I said, this is really nice. It's nice, it's comfortable. Second row seats are equally as impressive as the first row. It's good. I think Jeep did a fantastic job with this vehicle.